Hi, in this video I'll be showing you this. It's the new ninja-speedi ON400 air fryer. And what I want to do today is to show you around the air fryer some of the features and benefits that it offers. Just before I start, I would appreciate it if you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just give us a quick thumbs up. Because first thing we need to do is to get the air fryer unboxed. Now, this is, do you know what? I'm quite excited to see this because it's part of a new range that Ninja have launched. And it is nice that we are there as dealers quite early in the launch process. So this model hasn't been out too long, which is always nice. I must admit it can be a little bit frustrating sometimes when some of the products are launched around other dealers or other retailers within the UK. But as I say, it's quite nice that we've got this pretty early in the process. So I'm just wondering what the best way to take this out is. There we go. I just didn't want to turn it upside down. That's not really the best way of taking it out. Now, something I do comment on quite a lot when I'm unboxing products is the packaging. I know it's not too relevant, but I do like to comment to see how recyclable a lot of the packaging is. And I'm pleased to say that Ninja on this product have done a really good job. A lot of the packaging in here, as you can see at the bottom there, that's the brown cardboard. I know on the outside, you know, it's really designed for a retail outlet. That's why it's got all the diagrams and the description of the product on there. Try not to elbow it in the process. Of course, the top is the brown packaging cardboard as well. So there we are, one ON400. Take that off as well. Even look at that, even the little packet that the instructions arrive in are in a recyclable bag, so that's really good. I think it's nice. It's just good that some manufacturers are thinking about the packaging materials, so as well as the air fryer arriving safely, because I suppose at most that's the main thing. It has to arrive safely and it's not damaged. But it's nice to see that the credentials of the manufacturer are really good as well, as far as thinking about the environment. But you just see here, you've got a cheeky little recipe book. This just shows some of the functions. I'm going to go through some of these in a bit more detail in a moment. But you've got different recipe ideas. If you are quite new to using an air fryer, then sometimes it can be, I suppose, a little bit daunting as to how they're used, how long things take to cook. Especially if you're going to cook something, say, like a chicken joint, if you're going to cook that in the air fryer. And if you've got other things to cook as well, say if you've got potatoes and vegetables, what you don't know is you don't know how long something's going to take to cook in here. So that's sometimes why having a recipe book or just some recipe ideas can be a really good idea. So again, well done Ninja. As mentioned, this is a new model to the market. I must admit, I really like the design of it. I like the light grey finish. I think it's quite a nice modern look. Some of the other models they've got the gloss black. I must say I'm not too keen on them. I think they can get, if you've used them quite a few times, and especially if you put them in the dishwasher, then sometimes the parts that are put into the dishwasher start to fade a little bit. But anyway, I'm really pleased with how that looks. You'll notice you have got something called a smart switch, and depending on what you're going to cook will depend on the selection that you've got. So you've got the flip up for rapid cooker and then flip down for the air fry or hob. I'll cover that in a bit more detail, but it's basically just a switch on there. Once we open the lid, you will notice obviously that it does open sideways. Quite a few of the conventional products will just go backwards, so again that's quite novel. I like that. Inside we've got a little bit more packaging. Let's just take that out. So again, all of this is recyclable, which is really good to see again. The cooking pot has a 5.7 litre capacity. And on the inside here, this is quite unique. I really like it that they've put the some of the measurements. So if you're going to measure something into here, say liquid, or even anything in cups, then you've got the measurements on the inside. That's really good. Nice little feature. You will notice that you've got this at the bottom. It's called a cook and crisp tray, and that just pulls out. So with this, normally it will just sit at the bottom, and what it does is just allows the food to sit off the bottom of the cooking pot, so that it just allows the air to circulate around. And I suppose the main advantage is that it will cook a lot quicker that way. But this has a quite unique feature, and there's actually two positions. So you can either put it in the original position that I showed you, or if you flip these out on each corner, then you can actually position it halfway up the cooking pot. Now that, for me, I know it's a little feature, but that is absolute genius. Clearly for some people, in a large pot like this, what some people say, well, I want to cook, I don't know, say chips and chicken nuggets, but what you can do now is, rather than mix them together, you can put some things on top and you can put some things underneath. Because you've got the holes in here and you've got the bits down the side, then it will allow the air to circulate, so it'll cook evenly. It doesn't surprise me that Ninja are so popular in the UK and across the world with their products. When they come up with little features like that, they're really simple yet so effective. When it comes to cleaning it, it's really easy. You've got two options. You can either hand wash it in hot soapy water, just take that out and give it a good wash, or you can put it all in the dishwasher. It's all dishwasher safe. All I'd say is that once you have got it nice and clean, just make sure it is dry before you put it back in the air fryer. So just before I get it plugged in, one last thing to show you as far as the maintenance. This is called a condensation collector, and you will find over the time that you will get a little bit of condensation come out of the air fryer, and this is just a little collection reservoir. And to take it out, to empty it, it's nice and easy. Just take that out, just go and empty it, and then just pop it back in, just clips into place like that. So there we are. So now we've got it plugged in, and all we need to do is switch it on, and you'll see you've got a really nice clear white LED display on the front there. And as mentioned earlier, depending on the side that you want to cook on will depend on the switch, the way you have it. So what I'll do is I'll go through some of the rapid cooker options first on the left hand side. So some of the descriptions I'll read out from Ninja, but really what this is all about, I suppose the Speedy, the whole concept of it, and the reason it's got one large cooking pot, is that it's all on about quick meals. People are in a rush nowadays, they want everything quick and fast, and the idea of this is that because you've got one large pot, rather than some of the other air fryers that Ninja sell, things like the AF3 and the 400, where you've got two smaller pots, yeah, they're okay, but we do find that people are tending to lean towards the larger cooking pots like these now. And I suppose really the advantage is you can cook everything all in one go. So with this, so the first one is called Speedy Meals, and the way Ninja describe this is that it's perfect program for cooking one pot meals. Build your own speedy meal by choosing a base grain and layering with vegetables, meat or fish and other flavours. This is a dedicated preset program and it does the rest. So that sounds really good. And the next option is the steam air fry. And this is steam infused air, quickly cuts ingredients without drying them out. Enjoy guilt-free fried food that's moist and juicy on the inside, crisp on the outside, from vegetables to fresh or frozen foods like salmon fillets. So that's, I must admit I've not tried that, but if you're combining air frying and steam, then that is a really good option. Next option is steam bake. And the way Ninja described this is to create fluffy cakes and bakery style bread at home, from garlic bread, nuts to cookie cheesecake, or savoury dishes like baked vegetable gratin. Sounds awesome. Next one here is the steam. So cook everything from vibrant vegetables and flaky fish to steamed dumplings. And on some of these, in the instructions and some of the recipe ideas, it does show you where to add water, because clearly if you're going to be combining steam, then you need to add water to it as well. That's normally put in the cooking pot at the bottom. That's the advantage of using the cook and crisp tray in there, because what it will do is it just lifts the food up a little bit and it just allows the water to sit at the bottom of the cooking pot. The next side, so this is the more traditional side, I've just flipped the switch down, so that's just saying the air fry and hob mode. So with the air fry, well, first of all, you've got the grill, and that's the high heat from above, caramelizes the top of your food to perfection. Perfect for marinated chicken breasts, grilled aubergine or halloumi skewers. So that sounds really nice. Next one is the air fry. Rapidly circulates hot air for crispy fried food using little or no oil. Up to 75% less fat than traditional frying methods. So that could be ideal for things like salmon fillets, sweet to wedges, chicken wings or mozzarella sticks. That's a bit more traditional. The bake and roast. Use the ninja-speedi like an oven for tender meats, baked treats and more. From fluffy chocolate fudge cake to spiced vegetable pie, and roast chicken thighs to baked cheesecake. All sounds really nice, making me hungry this. Despite it being first thing in the morning, I'm starting to get a little bit peckish. Next one is dehydrate. Gently dry ingredients using low heat to create homemade snacks, from beef jerky to dried fruit and vegetable crisps. The dehydrate option is something that I have used on an alternative brand of air fryer, and I must admit it works really well. And especially because you've got the crisper plate inside, then you've actually got a couple of layers that you can work with. The next one is the sear or saute. Use heat from underneath to cook like you would on the hob. Think chili, risotto, curry and more. Perfect for browning meats, sauteing vegetables and simmering sauces. Whether it's searing, braising steak to perfection before slow cooking or caramelizing onions to give a sauce maximum flavour. That just sounds awesome. And then slow cook. Slowly cook food at a lower temperature for tender results. Perfect for pulled pork, veg chili and more. So there is a huge amount you can do in here, but I just really want to give you an overall idea of what the different functions do and how they operate. But you will find for each option on here that, I mean, for example, on the slow cook, then you've got the option where you can change the temperature. So with this, you've got the things like the low and the high heat, because not all air fryers have this kind of function for the slow cooking. I must admit, at home, I do love slow cooking. I have got an air fryer as well, but it's something that if you wanted, for example, as I just mentioned, something like a pulled pork joint, which I did last week, something that our family absolutely love. I always love combining a bit of barbecue sauce towards the end. Really nice. But that's something that most air fryers don't offer the option to. But I'm really pleased to see it, that it's been reintroduced in this model. But what I was going to say was on the slow cooker I've got, it is a relatively basic one, and it doesn't offer the option for a low or high heat. So I'm really glad to see that you've got that option on here. But all I'm really going to show you is that things like air frying, you can change the temperature, so it's very flexible. On this one you can go down to 150 degrees, and the time you just set it by how many minutes you want it on for, and then once you selected that, then all you need to do is press start. So there is a huge amount that you can do on this model, and all I want to do was just to go through some of the basic options, just showing you what each one can do, and just really showing you the display as well. I really like it. It's not too complicated. I think some of the other air fryers on the market, there's too much to go at. I think people like to go a little bit more back to basics, and that's where Ninja has done a really good job on this. Hope you enjoyed this quick video on the ninja-speedi ON400 air fryer. Now, if you follow me on YouTube for a while, the reason I'm smiling a bit is because some of the model numbers I have to read out on some of the products are really complicated, and sometimes I have to revert to the instructions. But yet again, Ninja have done a fantastic job of keeping the model numbers nice and short for me, so it makes it a lot easier for me to remember. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the quick video on the ON400. All I'd normally say is please subscribe to my YouTube channel, just give us a quick thumbs up and leave it in the comments below. I do always ask for comments, whether it's good or bad, about the video. I know I didn't give a demonstration on it. I've done 1 or 2 demonstrations of air fryers over the last couple of years. But all I wanted to do was to go through some of the basic functions, and hopefully I've covered most of that. If I haven't, if there's something you wanted to know on this, then just pop in the comments and I'll get back to you. Also, if you have got one of these, I know it's quite new to the market, but the video tends to last quite a while on YouTube, then if you've got one of these, then let me know what you think about it, because I'd always appreciate the feedback. Thanks for watching.